Everybody, welcome to Kate's Casting. So today I'm going to be showing you how I make my sand molds that I use for casting because Beanbot4 commented and wanted me to do a detailed video on how I make them. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So to start off, you're going to need some casting sand, and this stuff, 25 pounds of it is about $60. So it's pretty expensive, and you're also gonna need some baby powder to help your things that you're trying to cast not stick to the sand, to help your molds not stick to it. So I'm just gonna show you how I do a one-faced or an open face mold, and then I'll show you more detailed molds. So to start, I'm just gonna take this little 3D printed pirate coin that I have. So I'm just gonna set it in there, and I'm gonna take some baby powder and sprinkle it on, and then I usually just move it around a little bit to get it evenly coated. And then I take some casting sand, and you try and sprinkle it in as best you can, and try not to let the mold move inside your container, and you just keep on putting it in, and then you pack it down, because this stuff compresses a lot, so you're gonna need some more, and you pack it down. And then, once you have your mold all packed tightly, then you flip it over. You've got your thing you want to cast right there. And then I just very carefully try and pull it out as carefully as possible. And then, yeah, that's how you make a open face mold. So, and next I'm going to be showing you how I do a 2-part mold. So that's a little bit more complicated. So I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to try and cast this fake chicken egg just for fun. And so to start, you're just going to take your sand and you're going to start filling the box. And don't put anything in the box yet. Okay, so what I'm using the wood pieces for is they're acting as space fillers, just so I don't have to fill the entire box up with sand. And then, so what you're going to want to do after that, you're going to flip your box over. You got a nice clean thing of sand. And then, so I'm just going to take my egg, and I'm just going to put it in. And I'm just going to press it into the sand, and I'll try and get it about halfway into the sand. So I think a little more should do it. It takes a lot of force to get it in there. Okay, so then once you have your thing in halfway, I'm going to take my other half of the box and I'm going to slide it on. So I've just got it slid on, and now I'm going to take my baby powder again, and I'm just going to coat the inside just so the sand doesn't stick, so the two halves of the mold don't stick. I'm just taking a little paintbrush and swirling it around just to get everywhere so the two halves don't stick and so the egg doesn't stick. And then once I've got it all, I'll just blow it out, and then get it around a little more. And now you're just gonna fill your top half with sand now. Also, some of you wanted to know where I get my brass from, because I'm usually melting brass. So I've had a few sprinkler parts just saved up for a while, and that's where I get my brass. And then I also get my aluminum. Like, this is just scraps that have been melted over and over again. But I've gotten some from just some some aluminum angle, and it's a pretty good source. You get pretty pure aluminum from it, and yeah. And also, in my next video, I'll be trying to cast this chicken egg with the mold we made today. So yeah, because last time I didn't have enough metal, so the two halves came apart of the chicken egg, because I poured it in, and then it cooled, and then I melted more brass, and then I poured it in, and they didn't stick together too well. So that'll be my next video. So yeah. Okay, so here's what I did. I also added a little funnel type thing, just so the metal will pour in a little bit easier. So also, some of you may wonder why the sand changed color. That's because at the beginning I was using burnt sand, and I was using just older sand, and it probably had some burnt sand mixed in with it. And also, when your sand gets burned, you can easily scrape the burnt stuff out and you reuse the rest of it. So once you've got it like this, you're just gonna very, very carefully pull the two halves together apart, and then you've got it pulled apart. You're just gonna take the egg out, and now that you got that, you're gonna take your top half. And I just have this little drill bit that I'm going to be using, and I'm just going to very carefully just try and twist my way through, just to not destroy anything. Okay, so that made a hole. So now we've got our hole for the metal to enter, and now we're going to make a vent so any gases or other things can escape. So I'll just take this little wooden thing, and I'll just push it through. And on some castings you might need more vents, but for this one I think will be good. So then once you've got that, you're going to very carefully slide your two halves together like that. And then yeah, so thanks Beanball4 for commenting that. And guys, if you have any ideas, you should definitely comment. I would love to hear your ideas. So thanks for watching.